Hello and welcome to Men Behind the Curtain, the podcast about everything and nothing all at once. It is 2026. I am still Pitt.
I'm still Eli. I hope you guys had a good New Year's. Personally, I would really like to see if are we still in a trial run? Can I cancel my 2026 subscription? Because this is already off the fucking rail.
I mean, it's only 4 days old, and well, it looks like another thing that's underage that Trump would fuck.
Yeah. Did you see there was a meme that it's not even a new meme, but it just kind of resurfaced in light of all the news and everything. They had Trump and they had Pennywise. And it was like, we have a clown who's been doing horrible things to children for decades. And then there's Pennywise.
Yeah. And
yeah, that sounds pretty appropriate.
Yeah, I think I would trust Pennywise with my children before I trust the Tangerine Tyrant.
You know, I was joking the other day. Like, I was in a live stream. I think it was on Twitch, and we were talking about like with the deportations and everything. And I'm gonna be honest, you can deport me on the Event Horizon, and I think I'm still gonna come out better.
Well, since we're already speaking about, the Mango Mussolini and whatnot, let's just go right into our cunt of the week. So if you haven't heard, the United States has forcibly removed President Maduro from his seat in Venezuela. And even though Maduro is a dick and asshole, the United States has broken several international guidelines and laws that pretty much has the rest of the world reeling. Pretty much the only people in support of this administration's decision is Israel. I don't know if you saw this tweet on that, but Benjamin Netanyahu was saying like, hey, way to go, I congratulate you and whatnot. And I am neither pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. I'm pro-humanitarian. And you know what? Fuck off. My thing is this is as of earlier this morning, Marco Rubio and Hegseth and whatnot apparently spoke with Rodriguez, the vice president, now sworn in president of Venezuela, saying that she was going to cooperate and do whatever they wanted her to do. Well, President Rodriguez came out and basically gave the United States a big fuck you and middle finger, stating that no, you kidnapped somebody in the middle of the night while they were sleeping, him and his wife and whatnot. So they're already getting some pushback from the new president of Venezuela. Now, with that being said, cunt of the week, Hegseth, Rubio, and the orangutan.
Yeah. You're getting no pushback on me from that. And not only that, I think they kidnapped his son too.
So that part I didn't hear. I didn't hear anything about the son.
Yeah, I'm like, I heard about it because I commented. I'm like, wait, we kidnapped his wife too? And they're like, yeah, his son. I didn't see a news report about that, but I'm like, what the fuck did his wife do? Like,
well, I saw a video of Maduro when they were bringing him in, who was with DEA officials. As they were bringing him, as he landed on U.S. soil, as they were walking him in, there's actually a video of him wishing all the law enforcement officials a happy new year.
Yeah, I even saw like they get a picture of him like putting up a peace sign while he's fucking cuffed. Like,
yeah.
And again, this is not me saying anything about Maduro. I don't know anything about him. I'm hearing that this actually was good for the people of Venezuela, but like, I thought, what happened to no new wars? What happened to us not being the fucking world police? And we're going to be running Venezuela for temporarily. So this is our Poland? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, well, the thing is we are not running a damn thing as they let several fossil fuel executives and companies come in to take care of the oil reserves that Venezuela has in their possession. So, you can draw on a lot of similarities of the United States invasion of Venezuela as right to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. A lot of similarities.
Well, not only that, but I was thinking about this earlier today. Um, Honestly, this is Iraq all over again because it comes down to oil. That's really what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
Well, and it's being painted as humanitarian aid and assistance.
So is
So,
Iraq.
yeah.
And that's exactly where I'm drawing the parallels here because Saddam is a horrible person. His people are under tyranny. We have to free them. Operation Iraqi Freedom, yada yada yada. And here we are, 20 years later. We're like, yeah, we shouldn't have gotten involved with that. It's not that Saddam was such a great guy because he wasn't, but honestly, we should have minded our fucking business. And here we are, doing it again.
Yeah, and and not to discredit the fact that yes, Maduro's presidency has driven up the economic deterioration of the company by 87% ever since he took office. Among other things that increased inflation, loss of wages, authoritarian regime and stuff like that. There's no doubt about that. However, we just basically did the same fucking thing.
Yeah. And to your point, you just said a little bit ago, honestly, it's what Russia's already doing in Ukraine. And most of us, at least most of us with any fucking intelligence, recognize Ukraine is the good guy in this. Now, I mean, granted, Zelensky and Maduro is not necessarily the same thing. So maybe let me back up a little bit here. So I'm not going to say Ukraine's the good guy. A lot of us agree that Russia's the bad guy, right? Well,
so here's a proposition for the people of Venezuela. We came in the middle of the night and abducted your president and his family members. We would like to return that favor, and you can come here and abduct our president and his family members.
Assuming he doesn't do it to himself. Did you hear about this news report with him, how he takes his aspirin?
What? No, I've...
Oh my God. So he actually takes more than the doctor recommended amount of aspirin every single day because he wants, and I quote, nice thin blood running through his heart.
I'm pretty sure there's a warning label on aspirin that says use as directed because there are consequences to, taking medication of any sort in abundance.
And also somebody pointed this out. If he wants quote unquote nice thin blood, shouldn't he have bled a lot more when his ear got clipped?
Yes.
Quote unquote clipped.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again.
But yeah, so and plus now I'm hearing that I saw a headline this morning that he backed out, he backpedaled. He never had an MRI. You mean the MRI you said that you aced, which is not a thing. Like you don't ace an MRI. But now he never had one. Like please.
I'm surprised he didn't say it was an MRE.
At this point I'm just like, the 25th Amendment exists for a reason. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
There you go. There's our cunt of the week to start off the new year, just right where we left off. But since we are in a new year, we've got a lot of stuff coming on. They just dropped the final episode of Stranger Things. We've got new shows coming out this week. We've got, Paramount Plus is bringing out Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. We've got the latest season of The Rookie coming out this week, and we've had Percy Jackson drop, and we have all sorts of things coming out and whatnot. So you had mentioned something about what we're watching.
Yeah. I was talking about doing this as a new segment. We just talk about, any new shows and not necessarily even new shows, just anything that we are currently watching. You mentioned Stranger Things a little bit ago. I love the finale. I thought it was a great storybook ending to the series. Apparently this has a lot of people on the internet split, which I'm confused. Like, no, this was a great way to end the show. They gave everybody closure. Like, I don't know what the problem was.
And I think the problem is a lot of people were expecting characters to die. I think that being the problem. My thing is if you look at the final episode, the 2 hour long episode, when they're going into battle, yes, spoilers. When they're going to battle, it's pretty much set up as a D&D battle. You know, if you look at it, and as a former dungeon master and whatnot, somebody who avidly games, you know, I like it when an entire party can make it through like the final boss battle or a big battle. It's just one of those things, you know. Yes, you could always play off characters dying major television shows, but I think the way that this was done with Stranger Things, it played off just as D&D. You had people with the different attacks. You had your ground forces. You had your, I don't want to call them air forces, you know, but they were attacking from an elevated position with projectile weapons and things of that nature. And you had, you know, your fire bombs, which would be your mages and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I think people were looking for the major deaths to take place, and those didn't happen. Could it have added to the show by killing off maybe a few characters? Sure.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say, so Will's theory, no, Mike, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike's theory. Mike's theory about how 11 could still be alive, and this is what he chooses to believe. There's a couple of things with that. There are things that add credibility to it and take credibility away. Again, spoiler warning, you know, but did you notice the soldiers never looked in her direction? Everybody is, you know, screaming at Elle to come on the other side of the gateway or whatever. None of the soldiers ever saw her, or at least acted like they saw her, which makes me wonder if it was an illusion for them, for her friends. But also, when they're talking about like, oh, she couldn't use her powers, she wouldn't have to. She very easily could have snuck away in all the commotion and been on the other side of that gate when it happened. Like, she didn't have to do shit. So there's some give and take to it.
Yeah. I mean, my thing, going into the final episode, we already knew Nancy Wheeler was going to live, because we already know that there's going to be a spin-off show starring that actress playing Nancy.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. At least that is what is out there. Whether it's greenlit and takes off after the reviews that the Duffer Brothers get off of the final season of Stranger Things, that show still remains to be seen, but that is the targeted spin-off show.
One thing I thought was funny. So, kind of, we're still talking about Stranger Things, but a little bit off subject a little bit. So somebody put up a post on Threads and was talking about like, oh, shout out to Duffer Brothers. They had, you know, for having, you know, this relationship with, you know, Lucas and Max, like, no like racial jokes, nothing like that. It was just a regular like teen romance, and actually it was cool. It was, I thought it was a decent story. But this dipshit comments underneath. A friend of mine tagged me in it. This is how I found out. He said that, it's completely unrealistic because here you are in the Midwest in the 80s with an interracial couple and nobody said anything. I'm like,
yeah,
bitch. So am I unrealistic?
Like, obviously this person did not live in the Midwest during the 80s.
I don't know what the fuck was going through his, and the comment section whooped his ass as he deserved.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, yes, definitely deserves it, but what he fails to understand is we in the Midwest happen to be more tolerable of individuals as opposed to some southern and western and eastern states.
Yeah. I have a friend. She lives a little bit outside of Chicago, and she's talked. One time, she randomly messages me about like if there was anywhere to like live in Ohio, and I've mentioned like living here. You know, I'm like, look, there's a little bit of selfishness behind this because if you come here, like I would like to meet you in real life. possibly more than meat, but that's another conversation.
Maybe that's I Love 269. I don't know.
But I'm like, the thing is, like, our city is small enough that you can avoid the big metropolis bullshit, but it's big enough that you very rarely come across like outright straight up fucking bigotry. Now, I say rarely because, and I've told this story before, I was getting pizza one time at fucking Joe's over on Airway. Motherfucker has a SS tattoo right on his neck. And I wanted to drop kick his ass on sight. But so it's not to say that it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, that's part of the human condition. But I'm like, honestly, this isn't the worst place to live. But yeah, as far as like any other shows, like I said, I did enjoy Stranger Things. And I think that they floated the theory with Elle so that maybe they could bring her back. Yeah, you mentioned Percy Jackson. I actually just caught up with that. Honestly, it's surprisingly good. Like it's very much targeted towards kids, but it's told in a way that I can still enjoy it as an adult. Like I actually very much liked it. I'm caught up on it. Now I'm waiting on the new episodes to drop.
Nice. Yeah, I've still yet to get Disney Plus back, but that is on the list to get back. Before the end of this month and to watch some shows.
But also, and I was mentioning this to Pitt just a little bit ago, if y'all want to check anything out, so I decided to watch the show Last Samurai Standing. And it takes place like just after the end of the feudal era in Japan. They've outlawed swords and everything. They have done away with samurai. And then they pretty much call all of these warriors, martial art specialists, in for a quote game. They can win up to 100,000 yen, which in 1868 Japan is like that sets you up for life. And if any of what I'm saying sounds familiar, it's because it is. It is Squid Games in 1860s Japan. Not to say I'm not going to watch it. It honestly has been pretty. I only watched the first episode, but it was pretty decent. But yeah, so that's everything on mine. I'm also rewatching Arcane, but that's just because I can.
Yeah, the wife and I are watching Expanse. We just started Expanse. I watched like half of the first season, and it was very slow for me by myself. But now that my wife is watching it with me, it doesn't seem as slow as when I first gave it a go. So
it's weird how some shows work like that. I think maybe it has to do with how much knowledge you have going in. Because I've had that happen before. Like I remember something being a lot slower than when I give it a second shot, and then it just works. It just works better. But I will say, and I've actually been talking about this on my TikTok recently. Yeah, like honestly, I would recommend Arcane to like anybody who is interested in that. Like the whole thing, like he's combining magic into technology. He calls it Hex Tech. They have all original soundtrack, like all original songs, and they're fucking phenomenal songs. Like Mike Shinoda produced one of the songs.
Oh, wow.
He's not on it. He doesn't have any vocals, but he has a credit, which I assume that to mean he's a producer. And if y'all don't know who that is, that's the guy from Linkin Park. He was the guy who actually rapped with Chester.
Yeah. So speaking of shows and new shows that are coming out this year, Valmont, the Black Raven Chronicles just dropped season 2, episodes 1 and 2 on New Year's Day. And so far it is it's kicking ass.
Yeah. I did actually listen to both of the episodes not that long ago. I actually love the artwork that he's using for these, for the, I guess, quote unquote cover art. I think that was a fan who did that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe that was a fan and a friend of his that does sketching and then uses some digital creation to fill in the gaps, like in the coloring and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it looks great. The only thing, and I'm nitpicking here, I fully admit that I'm nitpicking. I do feel like he aged the character up a little bit because Valmont's supposed to be like late 20s, early 30s, and this guy looks like 40s, 50s. So
I was gonna say mid-40s.
yeah, he's aged up, like not horribly, but I mean, and at any rate, it still looks fucking fantastic.
I mean, give him a break, man. The guy's died. He's died
Multiple
several
times.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll do that to you.
I'm sure he's got a few wrinkles, maybe a couple burn marks.
Yeah, now that you mention it, because I think the very first one he was supposed, I think there was a landmine or something like that when he was supposed to be deployed. Like, yeah, that'll add some city miles to you.
Yeah, I wonder if he loses a limb, and I gotta run this by John. I wonder if he loses a limb, does it grow back like Deadpool?
Well, that actually brings up the question, which I'm sure you've heard before. If you cut Deadpool in half down the middle, which side regenerates? Or do we now just have two Deadpools?
That would explain a lot, especially if he regenerates.
I actually have a theory. I have a theory though, and I know that your heart is not really on your left side; it's closer to the middle. But if only one side regenerates, I would say it's probably the side where your heart is, because that's less material for it to regenerate. This is just a fan theory, but it's.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, here's another one that'll fuck with you. Now, as a nerd, I know the answer to this question because I know that it would have taken place prior to their mutation activating. But just for funsies, can Deadpool and Wolverine get circumcised? That's a bit of a mind fuck there.
we're of course talking about the circumcision, the circumcisions that they do like in infancy and whatnot, as opposed to adulthood circumcision.
Well, and that was the question that came up on the internet, like, oh, can they get circumcised? Me as a nerd, I'm like, yes, technically they can because their mutation isn't active yet. Plus, Deadpool is not a mutant. Deadpool is a mutate. But we are now getting into the weeds.
Well, animanium katanas, animanium claws, I think it could be done.
It would suck.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that's going to be a fun time. Hey, everybody, let's go have a circumcision.
Apparently, that's what they thought of Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Circumcision.
Although unrelated, since we're talking about Marvel, this actually just popped into my head. I floated the theory before about how we're doing Doctor Doom and how Robert Downey Jr. is playing him, and I said that I think that we're going to do the Anthony Stark arc, and I thought about it, and not necessarily. And I'm saying that because now with Spider-Man, we have now established that multiple versions of the same person, Peter Parker, can have different faces. And I'm like, but we've never had one actor play different people, unless you count Alfre Woodard because she was in the Netflix show and then she was in Civil War. But let's be honest, Kevin Feige doesn't count that. But Chris Evans did show up in Deadpool and Wolverine as Johnny.
Yes.
So that put a whole fucking buckshot in my theory.
Well, there's actually something that will shoot down your theory that was done even before then. Final season, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, but as much as I want Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to be canon, and it deserves to be canon, after at least the second or third season, I know that the MCU does not acknowledge them. I actually saw some a while back, and they were talking about this, where they should. Hydra dies much more slowly in the show, where in the movies, they just fuck off after the Winter Soldier. They introduced the life model decoys. Well, actually, I take that back. Tony introduced life model decoys. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. expanded on it. And if you guys don't remember what I'm talking about, it was I think it was the first Avengers movie, because it's when Coulson was trying to get in touch with them. He picks the phone up. This is the life model decoy of Tony Stark. LMDs weren't a thing yet.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a deep cut in that movie. But yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. absolutely should count. And there's just so much from that. Like Gravitron was a great fucking villain. Daisy as Quake, and Chloe Bennett. I keep wanting to call her Chloe Wang because that is her actual name, her birth name. Bennett is her stage name. She wants to come back.
Yeah.
And honestly, Quake is a problem. Like, she can break your bones like super easy. I was talking to a friend. Imagine if you're getting attacked at the same time by Quake and Marie Moreau from Gen V. Like, you're just fucked 6 ways from Sunday, and not in the good way.
That'd be kind of painful.
That would be a horrible way to die. Have you watched any of the trailers yet for Wonder Man?
No, and that's purpose.
I saw it. What was I watching? Because they're not showing it wasn't Daredevil. I forget. I don't remember what the hell I was watching. But the trailers that I saw didn't really give anything away.
It's Wonder Man. I don't give a fuck.
I'll be honest, the main reason that I'm interested is the actor, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, because he's done great work.
He's a great actor. But if you're going to, why give him a very obscure character to play? Why?
Well, and not only that, but his character is not even doing the thing that he is known for doing in the comics, which is Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, they built Ultron without him. And without him, I kind of don't give a fuck. I'm actually way more interested in looking forward to Vision Quest, if I'm honest.
Yes. Well, I think Vision Quest will be something that redeems the Marvel television series. Not saying that the Marvel series have been lacking, but I feel there's several things that they could have done better. I loved Hawkeye because it actually lets you peek into, the actual life of a superhero, outside of being a superhero. I love WandaVision, and I absolutely loved Agatha all along.
I am still surprised at how much I enjoyed that. And I'm very much looking forward to it, to them continuing. I'm kind of interested. Well, no, I guess they're not, because Doomsday comes out this year. I would have liked for them to find Speed before Doomsday, so that like we have Speed and Wiccan. I don't think I have time.
Could happen in Vision Quest.
It could, but I think that is going to happen before the movie comes out. I'm actually, hang on, I'm looking for something over here. And honestly, one of the highlights. Is that one of the dogs?
Yeah, that was Loki.
Jesus Christ. One of the highlights has been Haley Steinfeld as Kate.
Yes. And don't forget, she's pregnant.
Yeah. And that broke my heart a little bit.
Fucking Josh Allen.
It was funny because like right after she got pregnant, I was talking about Sinners with somebody, and I called her Haley Steinfeld. Well, this was at work, and I called her Haley Steinfeld, and then they called her. It was like no, Haley Allen. I'm like, I will fuck that marriage up and not lose 2 weeks of sleep. I do not give a fuck. But no, I was
perfect on her ass.
Right. But no, what I was looking for, yeah, this will work. So the mobile game that I play, Marvel Future Fight, they just released a new look for Kate Bishop, and I'm like, can we please get Haley in this suit?
Yes, please.
Like, please, like pretty please, like, who do I need to ask? Like, because I want this.
I want to see that exact pose in live action as well.
Honestly, they might. And also, as we've talked about before, look, we can do a whole buddy cop movie of Kate and Yelena, because honestly, like, without the profanity, they're basically like Martin and Will. They're a female Martin and Will a little bit.
Yep.
Actually, I take that back because they actually fight. Martin and Will just yell at each other. Kate and Yelena were fighting, which is actually more entertaining now that I think about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Again, like Iman Vellani, I think is her name, coming back for Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
I love her in the role, and like she's so endearing in the role. Like just the way she gets so starry-eyed with everybody. Like honestly, it's kind of adorable, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, you think about it. If you give the age of the character, who has already been, fangirling, fanboying, about particular superheroes, to eventually become a superhero and then have to team up or even just meet, these people that you've been idolizing this entire time. Just because you're a superhero of yourself, you are still, and this is what I love about Kamala Khan, is you are still the same person you've always been. So the reactions, for me, when I see it, to me, they're like genuine. That, it's like before I got into radio, when I would meet somebody famous, or even when I was first in radio, and meet somebody famous, it'd be like a big deal. However, the more and more that I get to meet, actors, wrestlers, musicians, and stuff like that, you become desensitized to it. And it's like, hey, how's it going? As opposed to like, oh my God. You're not like, what's up?
Yeah, because I remember you telling that story when you met Bruce Campbell and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was when we had Dustin on here. Is when you told that story.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to remember who was also part of that conversation. But yeah, so if y'all want to hear that story, just go back. It was when we had that episode, the DT Bro, Dustin. You want to hear that story. But no, I get what you mean. And that's actually one thing I do kind of like when you hear certain stories, like when you hear people talk about when they meet their favorite, and like, even though they themselves are in that role, like they kind of have a freak out moment because it's like, oh my God, it's this person. So I do kind of like when you see those in interviews. Like I don't do the whole fucking idol worship thing. So it is kind of nice when they act like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
I've never understood that, which is, and I feel like we've gotten, oh, you know what? I actually saw this story. This is going to be funny. So I've never heard of this dude. It's a YouTuber, Andy22 or Andrew22, something like that. Yeah. So apparently the year that him and his wife got married, they had also decided to get into an open relationship. And for this to be a news story, you already know this is going to go south. So there is a porn star who fucked his wife twice, and he now wants to have a sanctioned boxing match with this guy. Oh my God. And I'm just like, and that's literally what he says. He fucked my wife twice. Isn't that what you agreed to?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Which porn star was it?
I don't remember. Let me Google his name because I can probably find it over here. Is it Andy22? Okay, that doesn't come up anything. Andrew? What the where is it? All right, let me boxing. Oh yeah, that was actually one thing that we forgot to talk about was the whole those couple of fights a couple of weeks ago. Or no, we did talk about it because I remember talking about it. Tate getting rocked by an amateur boxer that he picked out.
Yeah,
which that was just fucking fantastic. Wow, I am not finding this. I don't know, but the fact I'm like, well, you're a YouTuber, so it's kind of hard for me to believe that you have any chance in a real fight.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and the only reason I bring it up because you say, you just use the general term porn star, which, if it was, say, if it was a female porn star, it's like, dude, seriously? Come on, you want to box though? It's like, and then, but I'm also thinking of that, the big black guy who is always sitting picture with like the hammer dick.
Oh, the one that Jeff used to share for no fucking reason. every goddamn day.
I'm like, yeah, you don't stand a chance with that. I mean, dude's gonna just beat you with his fucking dick.
Yeah, that. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Am I still on the story here? Adam 22. That's the guy.
Doesn't make it any better.
With adult star Jason Love. So let me look this up here.
Jason Love? Come on. You know that's a fake name.
Oh, of course it is. But all right.
And he could have did a hell of a lot better with a fake name.
I mean, on that note, I kind of also agree with Lawrence Fishburne, because like he's like, I'm not mad that my daughter got into the adult industry. I'm mad that she did it under her real name. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jason Love. I mean, if you really wanted to have like a cool porn name and you wanted to use the first name Jason, depending on your dick size, you could have just went with like Jason X.
So, this is the guy that he wants to fight.
That's the porn star.
Yeah.
And we said it was Adam 22.
Yeah, hang on. Let me change what I'm showing over here. So if y'all are watching on YouTube, or if y'all are listening, sorry.
That skinny ass motherfucker. He looks like the meth version of the guy on Parks and Rec who.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. So
wait a minute.
I mean,
look at his wife. His wife looks like a porn star.
Yeah. I think it was something that they recorded, like for. I mean, hell, they're at the AVN Awards.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're already at the AVN Awards. I mean,
my only guess is he's doing this like it's clout chasing. That's the only thing I can think of.
You got meth Parks and Rec guy against dollar store Shamar Moore.
Yeah, I don't see how this is going to go well for him. Oh my god. So I understand that I'm going to make this joke in light of the fact that both me and Pitt have facial hair. But when they say that beards are makeup for men, fucking hell. Like, this dude looks... oh, God. Yeah, he should never shave again.
Hold on, I got to remember what the hell that guy's name is on Parks and Rec. Adam Scott. He played Ben Wyatt.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like the meth version of Adam Scott. And then you've got dollar store Shamar Moore, which, in all honesty, even a dollar store Shamar Moore, that dude's actually pretty good looking. And I can admit that.
Yeah, and granted, I understand, just because a guy works out doesn't mean that he can actually like fight. I understand that. But if I'm going on looks alone, Adam's going to get fucking folded.
Yeah. And in all fairness, this is going to Jason Love. Man, please change your name to Jason X. I see you, man. You probably do have a 10-inch dick. Just change it. Jason X. Drop the love, man. Or spread the love. Keep the X.
I mean, he probably does plenty of spreading.
I would actually hate to be alone with that guy.
Oh, but yeah. So, yeah, I actually. Oh my god. Oh. So I googled Adam Scott, and like one of the pictures over here, it's shading and it's lighting, and I know that, but it looks almost like. So this one right here, it's what he's wearing, but it almost looks like he has like long hair coming over his shoulders. I'm like, that's not a good look.
Yeah, well, without my glasses on and a very small screen from very far away, he looked like Jason Bateman.
Although I will say that's another one I need to get back into watching was Severance. I loved season 1 of Severance. I think I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes of season 2, but I loved it. I think it's a great premise. at least it's a good premise for TV.
Well, shit, now we can actually cast a movie. We can get Adam Scott to play Adam 22, and we can get Shamar Moore to play Jason Love, and we can actually recreate the movie. We got the perfect casting right there.
Or, actually, well, we don't know if Jason Love can fight, but if he can fight, honestly, like, nah, I want Michael J. White.
Dude, even in that picture, the dude can probably go, punches like that. I don't give a shit. He just like, let me flex. Boom. All of a sudden he gets it with the pock pep, the peck pop, like takes the guy out. No, fuck that. I mean, the dude's got the aesthetic, yes. So he looks big and menacing, and the other guy's on fucking meth. I'm still putting my money on Jason X, and that's what I'm calling him from now
on. Actually, though, one of the things that I was going to talk about, and I'm only doing this because the joke just popped into my head. So again, we were just talking about a little bit of those fights that happened a couple weeks ago. One of them being Jake Paul. So this one dude on TikTok he's on TikTok, but he's on a lot of different platforms, Fredo TV or Fredo on TV, whatever it is. And he was talking about the way, like when Jake Paul got punched and he's doing like this, he's like, it looked like he's trying to tell himself a secret.
Well, the scraggy little beard that he has did not protect his jawline.
No, it didn't. And he said that Anthony Joshua, he kept trying to he kept giving him handout invitations to a slumber party, and Jake just didn't want to go to sleep. Honestly, like he was just rattling joke after joke off, and it just brought me so much joy. But I guess that's probably going to be a good note for us to end on, especially like entertainment wise. This has been a slow week.
Yeah.
So and I don't want to go on and on as far as like any of the political shit because it's a fucking shit show at the moment.
It's a new year. We're trying to stay positive.
We're going to try. We'll see how long that lasts. But yeah. So also, he mentioned Valmont a little bit ago. I am planning to go live and do a listening party this coming Saturday. So that would be the 10th. I don't know what time yet.
Later in the afternoon.
I may shoot for a little bit later in the afternoon just to try to maximize how many people that we can actually get for it. But you can go listen to it right now. YouTube, Spotify. Yeah, I know he's on Spreaker. I don't actually know what all platforms he uses. But you guys can go ahead and check that out right now. But of course, feel free to pop in on Saturday when we're all hanging out together. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Feel free to check out our website on pcwteam.net. Of course, we have a couple t-shirts. I need to get one. Other than that, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
All right. Be you.